I want to talk about types of sentences, particularly the structural approach to the classification of sentences. I'm saying that because if we are considering types of sentences, we consider it based on structure and based on function. So I want to consider it based on structure, that is the arrangement of words in the sentence. So the very first type of sentence based on structure is simple sentence. A sentence is said to be simple when it has only one clause in it. That is, we must have one subject and one predicate. That makes a simple sentence. But when we have more than one main verb in a sentence, that means it is no more a simple sentence. A simple sentence is that sentence that has one clause in it. A clause is a group of words that is made up of the subject and the predicate. So in a simple sentence, we must have one clause. Having said this, let me also say that a simple sentence is the same thing as the main clause. What makes a simple sentence? The fact that we have a combination of the subject and the predicate and the group of words makes sense. When we have a statement that makes sense on its own without the addition of any other word or phrase, that is a sentence. So a main clause is the same thing as a simple sentence, because in a main clause we have the subject and we have the predicate. The predicate can be a verb or a verb and other words. So let's make some examples. I teach every day. If I'm expressing my habitual action as a teacher, say I teach every day. I is the subject of that sentence. Teach every day is the predicate, and that is a typical example of a sentence. That can also be taken as a clause, because in that group of words we have the subject and we have the verb. So I'm saying this to say that a simple sentence has the same structure as a clause. The only thing that makes the difference between a sentence and a clause is that sometimes we can have a clause that depends on other words to make complete sense. For instance, a subordinate clause. That is the only reason we cannot say that a clause is the same thing as a sentence. So the sentence still maintains a higher rank in the unit of language to a clause than a clause. So a clause in some cases can be dependent. For instance, if it rains, if there is a subordinating conjunction, it is the subject, rains is the verb, if it rains. So in that case, we have the subject and the predicate, yet we cannot consider that one as a sentence, because you cannot say if it rains and stop there. That statement will be questionable. So you need another part to complete that statement. So I am saying this to say that a sentence is a group of words that has the subject and the predicate. In other words, a sentence is simple when it has only one clause. One clause means it has the subject and one main verb in it. If you have the boy is playing now, the boy is playing now, is playing is a verb phrase in that statement. In the verb phrase, we have only one main verb. So that still remains a clause. But when we have more than one verb in a sentence, one main verb in a sentence, it is no more a simple sentence. So a simple sentence is just like a clause. Take note of that. I remain Teacher Dixon.